I'm pretty sure every single one of us has experienced this. You see a game trailer or you hear about a new game coming out and you're like, wow, I can't wait to play that. That is exactly what I want to play right now. And then weeks go by, months go by, years go by, and you're feeling like, what the hell happened to that game? Well, it got canceled. So today we're gonna go through some of my favorite and I guess most unfortunate games that have been canceled. Let's get into it. All right, let's just rip the band-aid off right now. Scalebound. We all wanted Scalebound to succeed. It was gonna be the combination of Platinum Games and Xbox coming together to make a unique game that had a lot of different elements that everyone would have enjoyed. Big monster fights with like dragons, co-op experience where you got your own people have their own dragons and y'all basically fighting together. Stylistic combat from the Bayonetta man himself. It was looking like a dream come true. Only issues were, it looked pretty rough doing previews. We cannot lie, the frame rate was all over the place. And behind the scenes, there was a lot of issues like how they wanted the game to go, I'm guessing, between Xbox and Platinum. And surely enough, after a couple years of silence, it was announced that Scalebound was canceled. Even though from Platinum side, over the years, they were saying they were willing to give it another shot and try to make something special. And Microsoft just kept saying no. So we don't know all the details behind what exactly happened. So they just decided to walk away, which is unfortunate because everybody who watched those trailers was interested, even though they were running like shit. They were running like shit. It said they would never get to be Nero number 2 with a dragon friend. Unfortunate. And we took off one band-aid, might as well take off the next one. Silent Hills. The world just got more depressing. Originally released on PS4 as a playable teaser called PT, and everyone was playing it. It was one of the most horrifying experiences I played for sure. And after you do all the weird little puzzles that Kojima loves to do, because you know he's a freaking freak, you then get hit with the face of Norman Reedus as the main character and the title Silent Hills. Oh, when I talk about this, I just feel sad. I was such looking forward to it because Silent Hill franchise has been mistreated a lot over these years. Like since 3 came out, I don't think there has been a great Silent Hill game ever since. 4 is okay in my opinion. I like it more than a lot of other people. Downpour and Homecoming are some of the worst games of all time. I'm exaggerating because I love the series so much, but you get what I'm saying. And it feels like there has not been any sort of hope for that series. Because considering the HD remasters, good God, what happened to those? The PC ports are all varying degrees of shite. There's just so much stress surrounding the core of something great and unique that really can't be replicated, and it's trying to be replicated now by Blue Team, and we'll see how that goes. Oh, good God. Unfortunately, the relationship between Konami and Kojima happened and it became sour and everything fell apart. That was a sad time. We have so many people now who have either remade it or found ways to preserve it, but it's not the same. It's not the same. PT was a special thing, really, really special, and people are selling their consoles with that demo on it for thousands of dollars. But I understand why, because it was such a special time in gaming that it's not surprising that people like me have a longing for something like that. And we're still longing for it. It didn't all turn to waste. They did come back together to create Death Stranding, which I love, but I know a lot of people don't like it at all. But at least for a lot of these other games that I'm talking about, it didn't end up just being nothing. It turned into something. So hey, that's something positive. God give you Silent Hills, for God's sake. This year or over the past couple of years, we found out about Monolith Games creating a Batman game based in the Nolan universe, right? Sounds dope. But then you hear that it's also going to have the Nemesis system that the Shadow of Mordor series had, and I feel like I want to die on that side. That sounds so freaking fun. The gameplay came out showing what it would look like, and is, oh God, the pit of my stomach just developed as I watched it, like just anger then sadness. the 7 stages of grief, what's it called? Now, the reason why this game got canceled is because, one, they did not get approval from Christopher Nolan, who created The Dark Knight. They did not get approval from him, so they couldn't continue on with it. And also, this game was being developed at the same time as Arkham City. So yeah, it kind of makes sense for it not to have come out because Arkham City was just a smash. You need the approval of Nolan, and he wasn't going to do that. So another one bites the dust, unfortunately. But I don't know, man. It sucks. It sucks. It just sucks because this game had so many different abilities that you could do with different combos. The Batmobile was going to be implemented, but not in the tank way like Arkham Knight did. It was going to be a lot of cool ideas into this freaking game that got canceled because it came out at the wrong time, basically. I know a lot of people were happy they canceled this game because they wanted the studio to continue doing what they do best, which is single player games. But for me personally, The Last of Us Faction was gonna be a hit for me, man. That game showed off nothing but concept art, but I was already hyped for it. And it sucks because I let my hype get to me and it got canceled due to basically live service fatigue and live service costs. Naughty Dog was supposed to be developing it in-house, and for a long time when Last of Us Part 2 came out, people were wondering like, why doesn't this game have multiplayer? Where is it at? Like, what were you doing? And then they announced this and people's like, oh, it makes sense. It's gonna be bigger, better than ever, because people still play the first factions to this day. And I know that Naughty Dog is best when they're doing single player games. I want them to do single player games, don't get me wrong. But as a person who also loves when they made the Uncharted games and the Uncharted multiplayer, like the Uncharted multiplayer is some of the most fun multiplayer of all time too. When a studio does single player and multiplayer really well, wouldn't you want them to do that? Wouldn't you want them to continue both? I don't know, man. It just sucks. I keep saying it sucks, but I wanted that so bad. I definitely wanted to just crawl around shaking people again. Just shaking people every time. Now this just pissed me off more than anything else. So over the development of GTA Online, the developers of GTA Rockstar Games canceled 8 GTA 5 single player DLCs and Bully 2 to develop more stuff for GTA 5 Online. Fuck you. I just want to put up this timeline of Rockstar Games making games and how it immediately slowed down to a crawl. And we just left with just GTA Online, which is fine. It's not for me. I know people love it and it makes them hella money. Now I know this is all, leaks and rumors and blah, 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 blah. So it might necessarily be true. However, it was everywhere. One of the best developers of all time, still one of the best developers of all time. And we're waiting for them to just do something that's not GTA and Red Dead. I'm sorry, I love those series too, but do something else. Whatever happened to Deep Down? Now, I know there's a quote out there in the past couple years where they said Deep Down isn't canceled, but it's been over 15 years at this point, or close to that. Deep Down hasn't shown anything, hasn't been talked about. I'm considering that canceled. I don't know about y'all, but I consider that as a canceled game. Deep Down was looking really interesting when I first seen it as a kid. It was like a medieval, futuristic, Dark Souls meets Dungeon Crawler meets co-op experience meets the Animus from freaking Assassin's Creed. It was doing some unique stuff that I thought was interesting as a kid. Now that gameplay they showed was fake as hell. Well, let me not say that, because I did see another video of somebody playing it, so it might have been semi-real or in-engine or very a vertical slice of the game. So let me not say that. But it looked unreal back in the day. So when I think about it, it makes perfect sense that this game does not exist. It looked unreal, so it's not real. And it's not. I can't play it, so it's definitely not real. Oh boy. So when Insomniac had that big leak, there was footage of Wolverine that came out, unfortunately. There was footage of a lot of stuff that came out, unfortunately. But what also got leaked that got canceled was a Spider-Man multiplayer DLC or expansion or whatever the fuck it would have been. Let me, I need some water or something. I feel nauseous. It had a trailer, a voiceover. It had a lot of stuff prepared that looked dope, different skins. Just seeing that trailer, seeing everybody flipping around together, going. They were jumping through freaking dimensions and stuff too. It was gonna be so dope. I legit want to know why certain things get canceled. Is it money issues? Usually it's money issues, of course. But I feel like that wouldn't have been the issue with Insomniac and Sony. They was making, because Spider-Man did cost a lot of money and they had issues with Spider-Man being bloated when it came to development costs. So I guess that makes sense that it got canceled. As you can see, I'm going through mental gymnastics in my own head trying to figure out why this doesn't exist. We missed out on something great. I cannot lie. We missed out on something great. And last but certainly not least to me is the canceled Sleeping Dogs sequel. Sleeping Dogs, in my opinion, is the best GTA clone, quote unquote, of all time. I know it's not exactly a GTA clone, but it is a GTA clone. And it is the best, in my opinion. Yes, I know Saints Row 2 and 3 exists. I know. The combat, driving and jumping out of cars. The story is freaking amazing. The open world activities are fun. Only issues you could have with it is the gunplay is lackluster compared to a GTA game. But you have freaking martial arts, which I think is personally better. But hey, that's just me. But before Sleeping Dogs 2 could even have a chance to come out, the developers were making a game called Triad Wars. But not enough people played it, and also not enough people bought Sleeping Dogs in the first place, the original one. So the MMO ended up being shut down a year later. And of course, after Square Enix shut down United Game Front, the IP is left in limbo. Maybe they want to do something with it in the future, who knows? But Sleeping Dogs deserves better. It's the spiritual successor to the True Crime series on PS2 and Xbox back in the day. It deserves so much more because it's such a unique experience that you don't really get from other open world games, especially modern ones, because good God, good luck. Good luck. Such a well-polished game that came out of nowhere that nobody played but me, or they played it way after the fact. And now there's a cult following for it, which is great, but Sleeping Dogs deserve better, man. Them dogs been sleeping for too long. It's time to wake them up. But yeah, that has been some of my favorite canceled games. Most unfortunate canceled games. Let me know some of y'all's. I know there's a lot more. I know there's a lot of Star Wars ones that I didn't get into. So we might come back to those too. But let me know what y'all think. That's it. That's all. Peace.
The show's over. Fuck it. Let's call some hoes over. I leave a bitch the type it won't give her no closure. What it is, you acting like that I don't know you. You acting like that I don't know you. The show's over. Fuck it. Let's call some hoes over. Leave a bitch